Hello, my name is Mary Elder, and I'm the Director of Discipleship here at Shady Grove United Methodist Church in Mechanicsville in our chapel today to offer a short Wednesday devotion. So, a popular scripture for this week leading up to Easter comes from the book of John, and it's John's version of the story of Jesus being anointed. So it's 6 days before Passover, and he's at the home of his friend Lazarus, whose sisters Mary and Martha and Lazarus are all hosting this dinner for him, and they're sitting around a table, and Mary takes a huge amount of perfume. It's 3/4 of a pound, and anoints Jesus with it and wipes his feet dry with her hair. And the house is filled with the smell of perfume. And Judas says that this was not worth the expense. He says that the money could have been sold and given to given the money to the poor. And the scripture kind of suggests that maybe he was more concerned about his own money than he was about the poor. But Jesus' response is simple. He says, "Leave her alone. You know, the perfume was used as preparation for my burial, and this is how she has chosen to use it. You will always have the poor among you, but you won't always have me." And it's a hard story, right? At this point in Jesus' life, not everyone has wrapped their minds around the fact that Christ is going to die. They're sharing this meal together around a table and beginning to prepare themselves for some hard changes. And Mary is very aware, right? Because she's used burial perfume to wash his feet and fills the space with these smells. And I think the scripture phrases some difficult questions for us about Christ's life and our own that we don't always have the answers to, right? How do we prepare ourselves for death and endings? How do we hold future grief? How do we prioritize when we're responding to tragedy and poverty and pain? How do we manage our own desire for wealth? And how do we balance the needs of the world humbly, doing what we need to for ourselves and those closest to us, but also looking beyond to the suffering and needs of others? But I think Jesus' response to the gift is kind of one of the more unique things about this, right? And it's a reminder that we can't have, in this life, we can't have unrealistic expectations for gifts, or nothing's going to measure up. But when you do receive people's gifts and people's kindness, even when it feels like too much, we're allowed to receive it with gratitude, right? Christ says that this gift is good, right? Because we know that this gift was offered out of love and that the giver wanted to do that thing, chose to do that thing. And also when we give gifts or do service, we're invited to do it extravagantly. That the gifts we give to others and the gifts we give to Christ, they are not wasteful, to share that love. And it's a command to share that love to God and to others extravagantly. Mary in this situation probably is really scared. She doesn't know what to do. So she does what she can and she gives what she can to show her love and support, however small or large others think it is, right? And everybody has a different opinion. But Christ says it is enough and that it is good. And in other Gospels, Christ says that she'll be remembered for that gift. And today, of course, Christ is no longer physically with us, so our giving is to one another, to the poor, to the people and things that are working to serve and love God in the world. So the question is less about who to give to and more about how, that we're giving not for our own gratification or to fix something or to respond, react to things, but to respond and to transform situations, to change lives. That we worry, that it's not with as much worry about what is worthy and what isn't, who's deserving, and that it's not thinking so much about the costs, right? Because we know at the end of it all, the gifts and compassion and love that we show and that we receive aren't about those things. They're about the value of our relationships with God and with one another, and they aren't measurable. And that those themselves are an offering. So would you pray with me? God, let us accept what you have given us, even when we do not feel worthy. Your love, this earth, your sacrifices for us. And let us continue to share those gifts with the world around, through joy, pain, transition, uncertainty, Help us to find hope in your goodness, celebrate the love we experience, and appreciate the gifts we have been given, and show your love extravagantly with those we meet. Thank you. Amen. And if you are looking for a community to connect with or a way to share your gifts with others, we have worship here every Sunday morning and things happening throughout the week, including an upcoming day of service where we can really offer that kind of compassion and share with our own world and our own community here in Mechanicsville, called Be the Church Day, among a lot of other things that are happening here. So we would love to see you at any of those, and are holding you and our community and everybody in prayer as we go through this week. So thank you for being here.